Tim, John was talking earlier about going against the grain. He was talking about contract. What about going against the grain in one other aspect? When you look at the offense of this club, do you stay in the game more mentally when the games are tighter anyway, and it doesn't bother you that much? You almost enjoy the competitive aspect
one
of
those
it.
things. It's like I was saying earlier to somebody asked me a question. I think I got going on a tangent, but it was like we become accustomed to those kind of games, and like they become more engaging. It's like almost in the games that you're not playing in, you become a fan. You're watching it at a fan's perspective. Out of a fan's perspective. And I get to do that 4 out of every 5 games. So, like, of course, those close ones I'm getting drawn into more. I'm getting probably a little bit more emotionally invested. Dropping F-bombs at sometimes and screaming yay at others. So, with that, it's those games could be made up with what we're doing differently and who we brought in.
You were listed in 9 of Bill James' top 100 pitching duels of last season, and 4 of those were against Kershaw. Do you think about those types of games and maybe even a rivalry with Clayton during the offseason to motivate you?
Definitely, because I know Clayton's great pitcher. You can't really say enough about him just because every time we saw him, he just did something different to us. Like, first game of the season, it was like he was throwing 90-mile-an-hour cutters, and it was like curveballs. Then the next game it was 83-mile-an-hour sliders. It was like when he changes that up and you're constantly making adjustments, and it's not like it looked like he was fighting through any of those games. It was like he felt comfortable. Like, a guy's good when he just looks like he's on his roll, and it doesn't look like he's out of place. He's just a really good pitcher. And to have to come up against that and admire that kind of matchup for me is kind of like appreciating the ones that I used to go up with when people used to like compare me and Oswald, but it's kind of like they're flipped. It's like Oswald was before me and I was before Kershaw. And I'm not that much older than him by any means, but it's just the way it kind of flipped. It's like surreal.
It's kind of like this generation's, Marichal Koufax kind of rivalry. How strong is the Giants-Dodgers rivalry these days?
Obviously, I'd say it's just as strong. I hate to even talk about it, but I mean, the incident last year, in LA, just shows it. How seriously people take it.
Competitively, you say it's just as strong. Did you grow up watching that rivalry where you were, or did you become more aware of it?
I became most aware of it when I got here. I was like, obviously people heard about the Dodgers and Giants rivalries, even I did growing up. Didn't really pay much attention to them just because it was just another team in baseball. So, I was, if anything, I was following the Mariners. But when you get here and then you go to Dodger Stadium, or you're here when we're playing LA, you see how big it is and how much it means to these people. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like, I'd say life and death even.